right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call line Lahaina Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who teach well, and hearty shalom to the elect, okay? We Israel, we have lightly esteemed the Lord Salaki. All right. And what I mean by that is that we in our past life, all right, and in this time, we have shown no respect or regard toward the Lord, okay? And I'm gonna just get some scriptures to show you that how we did it in our past time, okay? And the same way we done it in our past time, the same way we did it doing it now, okay? All right. So let's look up this word lightly esteemed. All right, let's see. I got no battery. All right, it says, what does it mean? What does lightly esteem mean? Okay. When he says we esteem such an item lightly, he means it matters very little to us. Esteem means respect. So we buy something cheaply, we don't respect it very much. Okay, so we have had little respect or regard toward the Lord in our past life and in this time, okay? And what I mean by that is we disobeyed His word. We idol worship. All right, that's the most wicked thing that we have done. And the Lord has corrected us by putting us in our captivities and allow us to be overthrown and cast out of the land of Israel as a nation. Okay, so I'm gonna get some scriptures, and Lord, will you be edified? All right, so this is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 15. It says, "But Jeshurun wax fat," and this is another name for Israel. Okay, it says, which it means upright. Okay, it says, "And kick, thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness." Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. All right, so let's just look at this word, lightly esteemed, in here. All right, the word in Hebrew is nabal. Okay, it says here to be senseless, foolish, and when we abandoned and disrespected the Lord, all right, we were without any, sense, okay? Because the Lord Yahweh Shai gave us morals and laws, and parts of those morals and laws, all right, was to respect Him, all right, and not idol worship, which is what we did. All right, let's see. Also, like you, it says to be foolish. Okay, it says here to treat with contempt, to regard or treat as foolish, and that's what we did to the Lord. I want to look up this word contempt. Computer's so old. Okay, there we go. All right, it says here, the contempt, it says the feeling that a person or thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn. Disregard for something that should be taken into account. All right, the Lord and His ways and what He's given us should be taken into account. What I mean by that is the Lord has given us everything, man. Even in this time, the Lord is still giving us everything, and He's giving us a chance for salvation. Okay, even though that's at the door, all right, and the Lord has men on the highways and byways and daily doing videos warning the people about what's to come, good and or bad. Our people, disregard the Lord and they turn to white man Jesus, and all these other idols that's out there. One that's out here. It says here also contempt of court. It says here the offense of being disobedient or disrespectful. All right, in regards to court, but that's the same thing in regards to the Lord. When you're held in contempt of court, you're being disobedient and disrespectful. Well, when you have that contempt towards somebody, you're disobedient and disrespectful towards that person. All right, and that's how we were towards the Lord. All right, and let's go here. Let me go back, Salakia. Let's go to verse 16. It says, they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. All right, that's what our people are doing today. all right, provoking the Lord to destroy them, man, because the Lord has Salakia, his men, his teachers, his prophets, all right, out there telling them what's to come, what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and to look out for signs when it's going to happen because we don't know the exact date, all right, and why we in the position that we're in, and what we need to do to get out of this position that we're in, all right. But our people love, like I had said earlier, love to run the white man Jesus, and the white man nor calling on the idol has done nothing for you. All right. It says here they have provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations provoked they him to anger. And the anger of the Lord, guess what, with that, what he did, he divided us from our families during the time of slavery. He divided us from our land. He had people come cause war upon us and take us up out of our land. What else did he do? He put those curses on us, man. Okay. And we still are affected by those curses today. Okay. It says here, we're going to get that here in a second. It says here, they sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, unto whom their fathers feared not. All right, of the rock that beget thee, thou art unmindful and hast forgotten Yahweh that formed thee. All right, and being unmindful, we're going into that word contempt again, disobedient or disrespectful. All right, so here it goes from unmindful to forget, deprive. So we forgot the Lord. We deprived ourselves of keeping the laws of the Lord, which got us into the position that we in today. All right, let me plug in my computer. All right, let's go back. All right, so we were unmindful and forgot the Lord, Yahweh Shemal Shai. So the Lord made us forget him and as a whole, Jeremiah 17:4. But let me go here. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 2. All right, so we're going to talk about some of the judges of Judah and Israel, okay, that caused us to go worship strange gods, okay, that caused us to have contempt for the Lord, that caused us and basically to be destroyed, all right. So it says here, Ecclesiastes 10:2, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So those that rule, they put their laws and their decrees out, and the people follow after those laws and decrees. So if the ruler is wicked, so are the people, okay? And here it says, so we're going to talk about the king of Judah, we're going to talk about a king of Israel, okay? So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then I'm going to jump back into the scriptures. So it says, King Jehoram, all right, if I'm saying it wrong, Salakia, son and successor of the godly King Jehoshaphat, must be remembered as one of the most decidedly wicked kings in Judah's history. Before becoming king, he was married to Athaliah, if I'm saying her name, Salakia, daughter of Israel's king Ahab. We're going to talk about this guy too, just a little bit about him. It says she was an evil woman who influenced Jehoram to reject the Lord, Yahweh Shemal Shai, and practice evil. There we go, influenced by a woman, It says here, early in his reign, Jehoram murdered his 6 brothers and some others he considered rivals. Later, when Jehoram's son succeeded and successor died, his widow Athaliah committed the same crime, murdering all Jeroboam's heirs to make herself sovereign. Okay. It says during Jeroboam's 8 years as king, he abandoned the Lord and ruled sinfully as Ahab and the other kings of Israel had done, and sponsored false religions as they had. So this is the main thing where our people today even still lightly esteem the Lord, following after other gods. Okay, all right. So like I had said earlier, well, the Lord allowed me to read this earlier in Ecclesiastes 10:2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So if the king is wicked, the people are going to be wicked. Okay. Now let's go read 2 Chronicles. From the first chapter, a little bit about this king, Jehoram. Okay, if I said his name wrong, Salakia. All right, but we're just gonna get straight to the point. All right, this is 2 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 11. It says, "Moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Judah, and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication, and compelled Judah thereto." All right, so there you go, committing fornication. All right, let's look at some precepts in regards to that, and then go back. It's Leviticus 17:7. All right, it says there, and it says here, and they shall no more offer sacrifices unto devils, because this is what committing fornication is. Basically, it's idol worship. Okay, it says, and they shall no more offer sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. All right. let's read another one. All right. That going a whoring, that's what our people do. All right. After these other gods, making sacrifices to them. How do they do that in these times? You go to these clinics. The women go to these clinics and abort their babies, so on and so forth, things of that nature. Okay. It's all kind of stuff. Murder. Okay. Literal sacrifices to be in the positions of authority or power or influence that they're in. Okay. All kind of wicked stuff our people be doing, man. All right. Then on top of that, idol worship. Okay. This is Leviticus 20:5. It says, "Then I will set my face against that man and against his whole family, and will cut him off, and all that go a whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people." All right, and the Lord God, I think it's Deuteronomy 13, what you're supposed to do to a wicked person or an idol worshiper. You're not supposed to spare them, not pity them, not feel sorry for them, but you're supposed to put them to death. But in this time, we don't do that. We can't do that, okay? Because we're not in the sovereign land, all right? Verse 6, it says, "And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after witches to go whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. Sanctify yourselves therefore, and be ye holy, for I am holy. All right, and ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am Yahweh, which sanctify you." The Lord sanctifies us through the sacrifice of the Lord Yahweh and the Holy Spirit. But back in the times of Moses, we were sanctified by keeping the law. That's what kept us separate. Go read Deuteronomy 4th chapter, okay? But going to horn after other gods, man. Okay, let's look at this. This is what fornication is, all right? And or one form of it if there's another. Okay. Let's see. It says here, fornication, to commit fornication, to play the harlot, or be a harlot, play the harlot. Now, I believe it's in the Ezekiel, the 23rd chapter, or maybe the 22nd chapter, where the Lord was talking about Judah and Israel playing a harlot with many lovers, all right? These other nations, and Israel laying down with the people, worshiping their gods and doing all the wicked things that they did with them, okay? It says here, commit adultery, be unfaithful to Yahweh, okay? And how was the land of Israel, or the people of Israel, Salakia, unfaithful to the Lord? By committing fornication, okay? Right here, which says to commit idolatry, all right? That's a form of fornication, okay? Sacrificing the idols, going a horn, okay? And as our people do that today in this time, and as this king right here, Jehoram, okay, Salakia, has done it. Our people do it today when they go into these churches, okay? But nonetheless, the Lord has made a way for us to come back to him, which is through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, okay? But let's go back into Second Chronicles. All right, this is Second Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 11, verse 12. It says, and there came a writing to him, which is to Jehoram, from Elijah the prophet, saying, thus saith Yahweh, power of David thy father, because thou hast walked not in the ways of Yahweh Shabbat thy father. All right, so David was his like great grandfather, okay, and this king Jehoshaphat was his immediate father, okay. Nor in the ways of King Ahaz, king of Judah, but has walked in the way of the kings of Israel, and has made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go a whoring. All right, what does that mean? Go committed idolatry, okay, all right, as we had read earlier, as I had read earlier. It says, like to the whoredoms of the house of Ahab, and also has slain thy brethren of the house of the brethren of thy father's house, which were better than thyself. All right, it says here, but Salakia, behold, with a great plague will Yahweh smite thee, thy people, and thy children, and thy wives, and all thy goods. And what happened? Let me read 15. And thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day. All this because of idol worship. Look at the position that we're in, all because of idol worship. All because we have lightly esteemed the Lord. All right. Now let's talk about Ahab right quick, and then we'll close out. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. All right, we're gonna read a little bit of Ahab. All right, we're gonna read this first paragraph. Okay. It says, summary. King Ahab. All right. He was one of the kings of Israel. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to the king's chart. All right, so Ahab right here. Bam. He was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th ruler after Solomon's reign, okay, in the land of Israel. Specifically, Ahab ruled over Israel, okay? So, wickedness flew throughout many of the kings of Israel, okay? Especially in the northern kingdom. And what did they do? They lightly esteemed the Lord, okay? So it says here, it says, as Ahab is perhaps the most famous of the kings of the separate kingdom of Israel, the son and successor of the evil king Omri, Ahab became a pioneer and champion of evil. Not content with Jeroboam's golden calf cult, Ahab sponsored Baal and Asherah worship. Salakia. Introduced by his wife, Jezebel. So Ahab's daughter, Athaliah, if I'm saying her name right, okay, had that same mindset as, I believe, Jezebel was her mother, to go entice uh, Jehoram, okay, to be against the Lord, just like Jezebel did for Ahab, okay. It says, rituals of the Baal and Asherah cults involved detestable practices including prostitution, homosexual prostitution, and human sacrifice of children. All right. And that's it. So the people are, so as the people, so is the ruler is just as the people are just like the ruler. Okay. Salakia. So prostitution, going to whoring, can be um, both physical, committing adultery, all right, and idol worship, okay. But it just, this is just a quick example to show you in our past how we have lightly esteemed the Lord, and those things are still going on today, okay, where people don't respect the Lord. So Lord will use edify and repent, turn back to the Lord to the next time. Shalom.